Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. Okay, take a 6-pack of cans. Like normally we drink bottles, eh? But for this game, you got to use cans. So take a 6 of your favorites, right? It's like Russian roulette. It's called the beer hunter.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Guys, it's nice day we're from in this beautiful world. Whoa, my microphone got really loud all of a sudden. Well, I want to welcome everyone here today on my panel. We got Bumpy Road Brewery. Hello there, buddy. We got East Coast IPA reviews, and we got less beer and beer man. Yeah, another beer and cheese Tuesday. This one I put up 6 to go off of, making it very super easy for anyone, I think, to grab something. Hopefully, got another 6 coming too today, and any cheese of choice. So welcome into the chat, welcome panel. Let's go ahead and display off our beer and cheese, and then do our thing. All right. Hi. How you guys doing, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay, I have everything right. We're good. Middle Fruit, what's up, Paul? Cheers to you. Cheers. Wednesday is your theme, buddy. Your theme, Paul Middle Fruit. The Bob Ross theme. That's right. That's right. I hope you got your big hair going, man. Cheers to you, Paul. Right on. Well, a little brain fart there. I shared this out to my community. I hope everyone shows up and comes in. I should have gotten so high earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not being a good example here. This is a professional show.
Yeah.
God almighty. Well, we're going to go ahead and start. We'll start with Bumpy here and let him show off his stuff. And there we
go. So I'm not sure how this is going to work. I had a different cheese. I was going to do the Marco Polo cheese. So I had taken it out and got it sliced up, and then I had to hit the restroom. And while I was away at the restroom, all 3 of my dogs ate my cheese.
Damn it.
So,
no,
so I had this beer to pair with my cheese, Prairie Artisanal Ales. It's Krebs Brewing Company. They're out of Krebs, Oklahoma. And this one's called Prairie Noir. It's an imperial stout aged in oak whiskey barrels. It is an oatmeal stout as well. It's an imperial oatmeal stout. They don't print it on there, but it was labeled that way on the at the craft beer store. Said it was an oatmeal stout. So this comes in at 13.7% ABV. Before this up, I'm sure it's going to be rich, dark, and decadent. I luckily had another cheese in my fridge because when I go to a place that has some decent cheeses to pick from, sometimes I'll pick a couple up. So I did have another cheese. I do have high hopes that this cheese will also match up with a nice whiskey barrel aged oatmeal stout. This is from Cabot. They're out of Vermont, and this was their wickedly habanero cheddar cheese. I'll have to buy that other cheese again, the Marco Polo, because I've never had it. It had black and green peppercorns in it. It sounded splendid. This is what that cheese looks like. Slice that up. It does look like it looks like it has a nice assortment of peppers in it, so should be good. It does seem like a yellow cheese. Definitely get the orange habanero. There's some green in there as well. So I don't know. They probably use some, and not jalapeno, habanero. The orange is definitely from the habanero, but then the green and red specks, that could be like from jalapenos. A lot of times when places do hot stuff and they mention as one pepper, a lot of times they'll throw in some other ones for like some flavors and stuff. So there's probably jalapeno bits and stuff in this too. Spice it up and give it some more flavor. Wow, that smells like buffalo chicken wings. Okay. Let me pour this beer. You stay away. You guys. No, you stay away. No more. No cheese for you now.
You stuffed up.
6 ounces of cheese. These dogs.
I know,
Sadie's got this giant hunk. Sadie's my little dog. She's like 20 pounds. This hunk of cheese like this on the floor, just all in her mouth.
Oh no!
I don't think she even chewed it. She just swallowed it. Now she's laying beneath my legs like, oh, yeah, more cheese.
Yeah. Do we have another one?
Right.
Do we have a piece of that one too?
I knew it was Kobe. You got it because Bearman saw it. So it was the white and blue dog.
Tully.
Yeah, it was the white.
Yeah. So Telly was the instigator. He grabbed the cheese off the desk. And, this beer didn't pour with a head, really, but it is a darker ring of head. Anyways, kind of like a light mocha milk chocolate ring of head. Very dark beer. Black. It's just jet black. There's
Right, then.
Awesome.
fruity whiskey, barrely. Smells good. Okay. Hopefully these pair together. Cheers.
I think that he
Gotta watch out for them prairie names. Hopefully,
The prairies are kind of hit or miss, but
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Bumpy. Right on. Looks
All right.
good. Cheers. Sorry that happened. Damn it. All right.
Cheers.
Tanner. Cheers. Cheers, Tanner.
All right. So I saw pale ale and I was like, oh, pale ale. So I did get a derivative mix of 6, which is pretty cool. It comes with 2 Galaxies, 2 Citras, and 2 of the Stratas. But for the pairing, I'm going to do the Galaxy. So this is a single hopped IPA. And they have this big blurb on the side of here. Unfiltered may contain sediment. This is from Proclamation Ale Company out of Warwick, Rhode Island. If you want to check them out, you can go to proclamationale.com. 6% alcohol by volume. Before I pour this up, I'll show you the cheese I got. So I got this Hoffman's Natural Cheese White Vermont Cheddar. So cheddar cheese. It says, discovers our delicious collection of finely crafted quality cheeses. The 7-ounce block was like $5, so not a bad price. Cutting it up, the towards the middle was definitely a little bit easier to cut, but towards the end it's really soft and hard to get those cuts in. It looks kind of on like a balance between kind of soft and creamy and a little dry. So yeah, that's what it looks like. It's your white cheddar cheese.
Nice.
A little bit of aromas on it. Definitely a little funky cheddar. Nutty tanginess to it. Smells really creamy. And yeah, there's no AIDS to this one. But yeah, I think this will be a good pairing. So cheers, guys. Oh, I got to pour the beer still. Let me do that.
Yeah. Do that.
I'm all over the place today.
Please do that.
That's funny, Josh, because I literally said the same thing. I was like, oh, I'm like, I think I got on with you guys at like 8:05, 8:03, and I was like, oh, they're gonna be going. Like, feel bad.
No, we were waiting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we're
worked a little bit.
late, dude.
10 hours today, and then I just took a nap when I got home.
Glad I did.
Yeah.
A little bit of water in there. Pour this up. Yeah, these derivatives are pretty good. There hasn't been one that I didn't enjoy. I did have this one on draft at the brewery, but I haven't had the canned version yet. So, hazy, going towards orange, more of that like hazy golden like color. But if you do hold it up to the light, there's like a nice little tint of orange to it. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I poured it kind of slow, so I didn't really get much of a head. But I got about a finger ahead on this one. And yeah, it smells good. So cheers, guys.
As long as it smells good.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. All right. Cheers, man. All right. Here's Josh for you guys.
All right.
Welcome,
Well,
Josh.
so I got this cheese. I don't have any in the packaging because I think I threw it away. But I know it came in like an all black container. It was like an aged cheddar. There's what she looks like. Very kind of flimsy, breakable a little bit. Nice cheddar, white, yellowish hue to it.
Ooh, it's dense.
Yeah,
It's like hard and heavy.
smells delicious. Yeah, it smells kind of a little bit nutty.
Damn, dude. That sounds good already.
But yeah, I'm not sure. I forgot which cheese it was, but packaging's gone. But and I'm pairing it with from New Glory out of Sacramento, California. This is their gummy worms, chewy pale ale. 5.8% ABV. I got this in a beer mail a couple months ago. It was canned back in July of last year, so I'm not sure how well it's going to hold up. But Citro Amarillo. Never had anything from this brewery. I like the can art, though. It's pretty cool. A little, like, kind of trippy. Little gummy
Oh,
worm.
I've had that before. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I have had. I'll let you decide. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. I mean, it probably tastes a lot better fresh, but like I said, it was from last year, so it smells pretty good still. So pour it up. Looks good. Didn't look oxidized or anything like that so far. Ooh, right to the brim. So, yeah. Looks a lot darker on camera, but still pretty light. Got a 2-finger head on that guy. Nice bubbles up top. So, yeah, we'll see how well it pairs with this aged cheddar. So,
Nice.
cheers.
That looks great.
Here.
All right. Cheers, Josh. All right. Well, I also have a pale ale. Well, actually, let's go with the cheese. I have a pale ale, but let's go with the cheese first. So I got one from Face Rock. I think I've done them before. Face Rock. Whoa! Almost lost my fucking cheese. Not happening. Facebook Creamery. Facebook. Face Rock Creamery. Jesus Christ. It's an Applewood smoked aged cheddar, smoky cheddar. These guys are out of what's you? Yeah.
Oh, they're open first.
Where are they fucking from? Oh, they're from Bandon, Oregon. Okay, they're kind of close to me. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And I got my stained fingers there. I got stain in my fingers I can't ever get out. It just breaks. But we'll go over that review. It's nice. It smells really good. A little softer, a little creamier than your like the crystallized ones. Those real like the one Tanner had actually. Is it Tanner or Josh had that one, right? With the crunchy, nutty?
Well, mine's like more of a softer.
Oh,
We'll hear from Josh later. All right, fine. Just leave.
I hit the wrong button, dude. That's fucking my bad, dude. Yeah, mine
sorry.
was.
We
mine
thought
was
you just
nutty.
had your last beer, so you left.
Yeah, mine was my bad, dude. Shit.
That's
No.
funny.
Yeah,
Who
mine
had
was.
the crystally breakable cheese? Who had that like
mine's-
nutty
yeah.
one? Yeah, you
Yeah.
had the okay, cool.
Yeah.
Damn mind to mine, I can't remember anything. So this is a 5.9% pale ale. And it's using Mosaic and Idaho 7 hops. So that's good. That sounds really good actually already. I love Idaho 7. These guys are at Seattle, Washington, and they are from Holy Mountain Brewing Company. I didn't mention that. Sorry.
Ooh,
That's
I
the
heard
beer.
they got Holy Mountain. They got bomb ass
Nice.
can art.
That's a Halloween beer for sure. I think.
Oh, definitely.
Looks like a witch.
Definitely. Like a church with fire and
Yeah,
hops coming out of it.
their artwork is crazy. I've seen some of like their stout bottles and stuff. They're fucking crazy, dude. I haven't
This
had.
I got it over at Bridge and Tunnel in Astoria. Dwayne, man, he picks up some really good. He knows his shit for sure. I don't know what date. It does. It just gives me a code, the Grigori or whatever the fuck code name is. I don't know what you call that. I have to look it up and like figure it out. I remember it being like the first 4 letters or like the year and the month or something. I don't know what the hell that's all about. This is a nice hazy pale. Very nice. Looks like a New England or hazy, something like that. And poured about a half a finger head aggressively. Actually, got kind of bubbly on the top there. Hazy, hay colored, straw colored beer. Very nice. It smells. It's got a yeasty kind of funk to it. It's interesting. Yeah, I hope this works. I'm glad that has a little funk because this cheddar might actually smoky cheddar might kind of. We'll find out what happens. Cool. So let's find out what happens with Bumpy and his experiment.
Here.
So my cheese, anyways. This was the cheese I was thinking of probably pairing with some type of really hoppy, bitter IPA, being the habaneros, spicy and hoppy going together. So this was not my ideal pairing. Let's go with the beer. I've already eaten some of the cheese. It is spicy, but the beer, it smells like dark chocolate covered raisins. This is the Prairie Artisan Ales with the Prairie Noir Imperial Stout aged in oak whiskey barrels. It is an oatmeal Imperial Stout. So they use oat in this oats. 13.7% ABV. So a rich, mild dark chocolate. It's not like Baker's chocolate. It's like it is like that Hershey's special dark. And then there's a raisin note that's in there, and it really just matches together. So it's like dark chocolate raisinettes, if you want to call it that. That's the first impression I get on the aromas. There's a little bit of an oakiness, a little bit of kind of what reminds me of some of the softer notes of a whiskey. So maybe a little bit vanilla, oak type notes in the aromas. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's got those basic notes to it. I can't get past anything beyond that. But it smells decent. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here.
Cheesers.
Kind of a lower medium carbonation to a full body, very viscous beer. It's coating. I get oats. There's quite a bit of oat action going on. Whether you want to call that oatmeal or not, it is oaty. That kind of special dark chocolate note coats the tongue. A little bit of that oakiness from the barrel. The vanilla you can throw in there with the chocolate note. It is a little bit fruity, a little bit like plum or date. It has a breadiness, a little bit of a spiciness to it. I want to say rye. Rye is coming up on my palate, so a little bit of that's kind of the finish. That could be going with the hops and stuff in this, but there's this kind of like spicy note, a little bit bready. So to me, it does remind me a bit of rye, maybe rye whiskey. little bit of warming in the throat. It is 13.7% ABV. I would say the alcohol flavors are hidden, but there's that warming sensation in the throat. Uh, and you definitely feel the 13.7. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't have like a huge amount of flavors to go off of. Maybe as I'm talking now, I'd say caramel. That's popped into mind. There's a bit of a caramel note, but yeah, I'm not going to recap. So there we go. The beer is decent. I'll call it decent at the moment. I'm not going to obviously throw out a score yet. I'll be thinking of that as I drink on. Something that I noticed was I should not have been eating the cheese prior to trying to taste the notes of beer, because this cheese with its habanero, the heat lingers on. I can tell you that right now. But here we go. Smells. First off, I told you this reminded me of buffalo wings, because it smelled like buffalo wings. It's like a dipping sauce, like a buffalo wing dipping sauce. So buffalo wing dipping sauce. So if you can make like a ground up chicken, and you get all that like kind of like mayo and whatever else goes, ranch. I don't know what the hell goes into a buffalo dipping sauce, but that's what this cheese smells like. Just like a buffalo chicken dipping sauce. So if you had some tortilla chips and you had that sauce, and that's exactly what this smells like. I'm not going to go into more depth than that. I mean, that's got some aroma notes to it right there. So it's spicy. It's meaty. It doesn't smell like cheese.
That was like the one that I had that smelled like bacon.
Yeah, this does not smell like cheese. This smells like a like I said already. All right, here, I'm gonna eat it.
I can't believe it's not cheese.
We have two shows going on right now. I don't know what's going
You
on.
got two. Yeah, you got two shows going on, dude. I was like, what in the world? You got two links.
Sorry, Bumpy.
Yeah, 6 on one and 3 on the other.
There's a slight cheddar note to this. It's not super sharp. It's not too funky, but you're like cheddar. But it tastes like a dipping sauce. It tastes like some kind of like queso type sauce, so with cheese. But there's so many other factors going on. It almost tastes like there's chicken in this cheese. There is that hot pepper flavor. I'm getting jalapeno. I'm getting habanero flavors, and then there's a lot of spice to this. It's a pretty hot. It makes the drippage start happening in the nostrils, whether you like it or not. It starts happening. It's pretty spicy. It's not. I mean, to a hothead, this is not going to be anything. But I mean, it's pretty spicy for somebody on the average. It's got this chalkiness when I chew it as well. It just loses this kind of chalky feel to the palate, and it doesn't taste like you're eating a cheese. It really does seem like this is a solidified dipping sauce. This is so much like buffalo chicken dipping, like the dip, buffalo chicken dip. That's what this cheese is, but it's with habaneros, So you're getting that long lasting heat. There's heat to this, and it lingers. It stays on your palate. And even drinking the beer, you're left with this heat
Wow.
sensation that just keeps going. And it's definitely habanero. I've eaten straight up habaneros, and it's the same heat.
Hey, Bumpy, is it full body like that? The French onion dip one, because that flavor on that cheese was wicked strong. The French onion dip one, the one me, you, and John had.
Yeah, the one that tasted exactly like French onion dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just, but I mean, this isn't called buffalo chicken dip. But
Yeah,
I mean, this is called wickedly habanero with cheddar cheese, but it tastes like buffalo chicken dip. So,
It sounds good.
I mean, it tastes exactly. If you melt this down, you put it in a bowl, you dip some tortilla chips. It's buffalo chicken dip without the actual chicken in it. But it even has like a chicken flavor almost to it. It's weird. Or maybe it's just because that's what it kind of reminds me of. So now I'm imagining chicken bits in my cheese. I don't know. It's that's what that's
little umami meatiness.
sounds like it goes good with crackers.
Oh yeah, this would be great on crackers or tortilla chips. Put this right on tortilla chips.
Oh yeah, you could do that
Or
too.
it's I mean, they loaded this too. It's not like it's like skimpy.
Yeah,
It's throughout. It's loaded with stuff. All right, I'm gonna do cheese, beer.
All right,
Cheerios.
man. Jesus.
Cheezers.
The chicken thing is weird, but I pick up fucking chicken.
Bock.
Salmonella.
So yeah, you're getting the wow, that heat. It amplifies the heat afterwards. It's like you eat something spicy and you try to like calm the spice, and then you drink the wrong thing, and it just that's what this beer does. It amplifies the heat.
Oh wow.
But it mixes well. Get the chocolate. That nice like chocolate coating almost on the palate. Some of the vanilla type notes, a little bit of the oak in it. It mixes well with the spiciness of this cheese. Some of the flavors they have, the habanero, the kind of jalapeno, pepper flavor, not without the heat, but the actual flavor of the pepper itself mixes well with the chocolatey notes of this beer. The beer kind of has a coating, a smoothing coating to it, but it does. I don't know if it's the alcohol, but it amplifies the heat. So if you're going for trying to smooth out, the heat off your palate, this beer does not do that. It just makes it like, whoa, fire! Throw some gasoline on it. See what happens. This is a pretty spicy cheese for just something you buy on the shelf. I think, yeah, Cabot did a good job of throwing the heat in there. But, all right, I'm going to do some beer and then cheese. I know I'm dragging this on. I'm so sorry.
You are fine.
This was not my planned cheese.
You are totally fine, dude.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, man.
Here we go.
Wow.
Ooh, it brings out some bitterness, actually, from the beer. Before the cheese starts to coat the mouth, it's just kind of I taste chicken and bitterness. Still spicy. I definitely The better flavor came from eating the cheese first and then drinking the beer. It seemed to, even though it amplified the heat, it still amplifies the heat at the end. It's just the first initial flavors of eating the cheese after drinking this beer. It was basically like eating like some type of chicken. And then you just get straight on heat. It kind of took away from some of the pepper flavor itself, and it just throws the heat at you. It's like chicken and then spicy heat. So I would eat the cheese first and then take a swig of beer. A nice Imperial Oatmeal Stout. That's it. Cheers.
That makes it hard to concentrate on everything when it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, dude. All right.
It's pretty hot.
Up from the heat.
How you guys feeling, dogs?
Oh, why do you need to go outside?
They got to go out and try to shit now.
Fantastic. I'm a
Be
little
my
more-
Marco Polo, you sons of a bitch. I'm talking to you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Bumpy.
Mercedes, she's like,
Oh,
she ate the most.
oh, no.
You had like 4 ounces, didn't you?
What did you
Yeah. It
do?
was delicious. Huh?
Is that pepper good in your?
I think it wasn't the habanero.
Yeah. Do you want some habanero cheese now? What?
Imagine if it was the habanero one.
Ah, she's cute. Hope
Yeah,
she's all
probably.
right. Thanks, Bumpy. Right on, man.
All right, cheers.
Cheers to you, brother. All right. Let's get Tanner up here. Cheers, man.
All right, so do a little review on the beer first. The derivative Galaxy, so the single hopped IPA. Wait, I thought this was a pale ale.
Oh,
Wow. Okay, so the one that I chose, this one's the pale ale.
oh.
Okay, I thought they were all pale ales. What are you gonna do?
All right.
Well, the Citra is a pale ale. I thought they were all pale ales, but okay. Pay more attention next time, I guess, right?
Well, India Pale Ale is a pale. Is that an India IPA?
Yeah.
Ah, it's still a pale ale. It's just got more hops.
Okay.
All right.
On the nose, I am getting like that earthy dank. Almost, I guess that's like that papaya. It's very citrusy though. There's like a lot of orange and grapefruit. And for a second, I was smelling it. I'm like, for some odd reason, it kind of reminds me like a mint, like a cooling. It's got like this, like icy kind of like cooling, like mint aroma to it. I wouldn't necessarily say it's minty, but it's, I don't know, for some reason, that's what it kind of reminds me of. Some mango as well. But yeah, just a nice dank, earthy hop resin aroma with this one. Very citrusy forward. I think the pineapple, not pineapple, sorry, the papaya kind of hangs out in the background, but it's more citrus than tropical in the aroma. So yeah, dive into this and try this one out. So cheers, guys.
Nice. Cheers, man.
Cheers, cheesers.
That's weird. I thought they were all single hopped pale ales. Apparently they're different. There's a lot of bitterness on that.
Sounds
There's a lot of
musty.
that. There's a lot of that hop resin. It lingers. It sits on your tongue. It does kind of have like that vegetable-y aftertaste. Eric had this on draft, and he kept saying celery. And I can kind of see what he was saying, like that vegetable-y kind of aftertaste, along with that dank earthiness. Citrusy, orange, grapefruit up front, pineapple. Yeah, pineapple. This one, it's kind of hard to get past the bitterness in the beer, and that's kind of what I'm getting for the most part. Tangerine, a little bit of like a tart, acidic aftertaste as well. Yeah, very citrusy. Lemon, orange, grapefruit, tangerine. There's really not much tropical flavor. It's mostly like citrusy and earthy and resiny, but it's good. It's not bad. And like I said, it does kind of have that vegetable-y thing to it. Medium bodied. Actually, it's like high carbonation. It's got some nice prickly carbonation to the beer. Yeah, definitely very prickly. But yeah, really good. I think the one thing I will say about this is hard to kind of pick up the fruity and the tropical flavors because of the bitterness. I'd like to know what the IBUs on this was. But yeah, now I'm gonna try out the Hoffman's White Vermont Cheddar. So cheers, yeah.
Jesus. Jesus.
Cheese.
Recently, it was pretty good. So
What'd you say?
I said I had a Hoffman's recently. It was pretty good.
Oh, okay. I think I had one. Oh, the one I said that smelled like bacon and tasted like bacon was a Hoffman's. So cheers. It's got a little bit of a dry texture to it, but it's not overly dry. It's not like overly chewy. There's some nice creaminess. Yeah, this is definitely more of a creamier cheese. Nice nutty aftertaste, actually. I'm not really getting much of like a tanginess. I know cheddars usually have like that tangy aftertaste. And I think the creaminess of the cheese is actually kind of might be like covering that up if it was apparent. But yeah, I actually like this one. It's not overly dry to the point where you're chopping on it, you gotta chew on it for like 5 minutes. This one is easy going. It's not like rubbery or anything. It's a nice balance between the two. It's got like a little bit of like a funky cheesiness to it. Yeah. Great.
I is doing awesome. I'm just listening to my music and
What the hell is going on?
much harder to have.
Are you watching Marco Polo?
What is going on?
I'll be there at, like I said, Marginal Coast.
Hi, Alex.
Yeah, I think mute Josh. I think he's listening to Marco Polo.
Oh, fuck.
Josh, are you there?
God.
Now he turned his mic off.
What's
All
your
right.
20, Josh?
I'm gonna do the cheese and then the beer. So
Cheesers, man. Cheesers. It's cheesy and moist.
I do like the cheese. We'll say that. The creaminess of the cheese does a good job cutting through the bitterness in the beer. There's a flavor note that kind of stands out that I didn't really get initially, but let me try that one more time. You know what I think is? Maybe the papaya stands out a little bit more. The papaya is more prominent. I thought it was a different flavor, but I think it's just that papaya becoming more prominent on the palate. Whereas before, they're just a beer straight up. Kind of, it's like overly citrusy and overly dank and overly hop resiny. And the cheese does a really good job kind of enhancing the tropical flavors of the beer just a little bit and kind of rounding out that bitterness of the beer. So far, it's pairing pretty well together. Let's see how it goes with the beer before the cheese.
Nice. Cheers.
Definitely makes the cheese more dry. It's not really a change of flavor though. Yeah, it's like you got a coating of hop resin, and then the cheese gets stuck on the hop resin on your tongue. It's hard to chew. So it's pretty much just kind of counteracts with the part of the beer that I was a little bit thrown off. I wasn't expecting it to be that hop resiny. But yeah, I think the beer first just makes the cheese more dry, which I mean I guess could work, but there's not really nothing really stands out that makes a difference. The only thing that did kind of change with the cheese before the beer was, like I said, the citrusy flavors kind of calmed down a little bit. That papaya note, maybe a little pineapple, stand out a little bit more, become more prominent. But for the most part, this is definitely a very citrusy, like fruity forward beer rather than tropical. But yeah, for the most part, worked out pretty well. And next time around, I'll have some ratings for the two and the pairing. So cheers, guys.
Awesome, man.
Cheers. What was the what was the ABV on that cheese again? I'm just kidding.
Oh, maybe. Funny.
Yeah.
In the words of Alice, the Beer Master, appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thanks, Heather. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Josh, what's up, brother?
All right. I guess we'll start off with the cheese, the mystery cheese. I'm not sure. I know it's an aged cheddar of some sort. It's got flimsy characteristics. Very breakable. Like I said, it's got a nuttiness to it, a little saltiness, maybe a little sweetness, a little bitterness. Went up the nose, but very breakable. Breakable cheese. Not really a spreadable type cheese, but yeah, kind of a little bit spongy off of there. Nice little aged cheddar. Yeah, it's going for a taste and see how she tastes. So, cheeser. Let's put all three of these in there.
Oh, like the gushers.
Trifecta. Mm. Yeah, it's it's got a creaminess to it, but it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of spongy and like oily, salty, but sweet. Definitely get some of that nuttiness. I'm kind of getting some like crystals or something on it, like some weird like, I don't know. It's like a mix between like an American cheese and like a cheddar cheese. You get like a little bit of bite on the back end, but you get a little creaminess. I think this would be a good cheese for like a grilled cheese sandwich or something like that. You know, melt some of this cheese between some pieces of bread, put some bacon on there, maybe some vegetables if you choose.
I never thought to put bacon with a fucking grilled cheese sandwich. That sounds really fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that saltiness. So I think if you get like a grilled cheese sandwich, you get a little bit of saltiness from the bacon and the cheese, but it has a little bit of that sweetness too, a little bit of that creaminess. And you mix it with like a nice, maybe like a rye bread or something like that, or like a wheat bread. Be a good grilled cheese. Yeah, this one's good. Like I said, I'm not sure what kind of milk in that, if it's like cow's milk or goat's milk or something like that, or I know it's aged from what I remember from the packaging. But yeah, it's definitely good. I'm a big cheddar person. Like a lot of cheddar, aged cheddars, that kind of stuff.
Me too.
So it almost, like I said, it has that American cheese like biteness on the front end, but then it has like that creaminess, like that aged cheddar, like a little bit of nuttiness and saltiness too. But yeah, it's good. The beer, like I said, I got the New Glory gummy worms chewy pale ale with Citra and Amarillo. Amarillo? Yeah, Amarillo hops. 5.8. Off the nose, I do get a little bit of pineapple, a little bit of sweetness. Maybe a little bit of bitterness from that kind of that Citra. Has some creaminess to it for a pale ale. I mean, it's not an IPA, so you don't get tons of hops in this one. But like I said, it is a little bit aged, so I'm not sure what it was fresh. But yeah, let's go in for a taste and see what I pull out. So, cheese.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
All those things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very very sweet up front. You definitely get that pineapple, maybe a little bit like an orange. Not really too much bitterness. I thought it would be a little bit of bitterness kind of on the back end, but maybe very the very slightest bitterness on the back end, but definitely sweet. Definitely get some tropical notes. I'd say probably about a medium mouthfeel on this one.
There's some bite.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Like I said, I think they do say pineapple is pretty prominent in this one, which you definitely get right up front. You get a lot of that tropical notes. I guess they're kind of going for like a gummy worm type sweetness, hence why it's called gummy worms. Chewy pale ale. I've never heard of a chewy pale ale, but I guess maybe they're describing like the mouthfeel. It's more of a fuller body type pale ale compared to some pale ales are a little bit on the thin side, mouthfeel wise, but it's good. Like I said, for a little bit of age on it, I think the components are still there. You get a lot of that tropical note, sweetness, a little bit of that bitterness, but it's very slight, maybe from those Citra hops, maybe from those Amarella hops, but it's good. I like it so far. It's definitely one you could crush on like a nice hot day or something like that. I mean, it's light, 5.8. So, I mean, most palos are probably in the 5.6 range. So, yeah, it's good. First time I ever had anything from New Glory. This was a beer mail from Instagram. So they do Booze League. Coley sent me some beers from California, some swag from over there. So I'm not sure if she's watching, but cheers to them. Cheers to the whole crew over there in California. They do a little podcast every week. So
Awesome.
yeah, check them out. So yeah, it's pair the cheese and the beer and see what I get out. So cheers.
Cheers, man. Cheers, Josh.
Cheers.
It's like a nutty pineapple. It actually pairs pretty well. I mean, I think that sweetness kind of, because they both have a little bit of sweetness from the cheese and the beer. I think they kind of balance each other out. Yeah, it's good, dude. It adds like the cheese adds like a little bit of creaminess, a little more creaminess with the beer mixed with the cheese. You get those tropical fruits on there. You get a little bit of that bitterness. Yeah, this is good. Good pairing. That aged cheddar with that nice pale ale. The texture of the cheese and the creaminess kind of the flavors of the beer, I think they mash pretty well. And combines for like a nice combination between the two. I don't think this is my last piece, but yeah, this is good. I like the combo between this pale ale and this aged cheddar. So I'm gonna keep drinking on this one and
Try slicing that little last piece up into very thin slices. It gives you a different.
this piece.
Yeah, like very thin, very very thin, like paper
Very
thin.
thin. Okay. I'm
It
gonna
gives
do
you a
that.
different flavor note from the cheese. I
All right.
find it's
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So
usually
I'm
more
gonna
pleasing when it's paper thin.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna go slice
Yeah.
this up and come back around and give my rating and all that good stuff. So cheesers. Appreciate you.
Cheesers, man. Tried to cut my finger off, Bumpy. I was trying to make it paper thin.
No bueno.
All you need is you got to get yourself a nice Swiss Army knife, cheese knife.
Oh,
These things are super sharp, and you can just slice those. And
all right.
they're almost. I can slice cheese almost as thin as a stamp.
Damn, dude.
Damn.
Damn. All right, Josh. Thanks.
I'll prove it.
You prove it right now, man. Here, wait. I'll show you. Here we go.
Hold on. There's nothing. Okay.
Damn. Hey. All right,
A
man.
little like shaved meat almost.
That's nice.
Yeah, it melts in your mouth almost.
I like that. That sounds good.
I usually do the thin slices. I don't like the too big of a chunk.
Cool.
It gives you a different because your the enzymes and stuff in your mouth they break down the material differently. So it does give you a little bit of a different perspective of flavor.
Awesome.
If you eat a giant chunk, it's different.
As thin as I can get for cutting my finger. All right. So now we got another pale ale. Pales have been the popular one today. So this one's Kiln and Cone from Holy Mountain Brewing. For those that did not see what I showed earlier, 5.9%. So just a little pointage off from Josh's. That beer is really good. I thought it was a decent pale, to be quite honest. So yeah, I mean, let's get into the nose. So I'm getting kind of like, I get papaya, like a little orange. I get a bell pepper, like a green bell pepper, vegetal, kind of peppery thing. I'm getting a slight yeasty kind of Band-Aid thing going on. It doesn't sound like off-putting though. It doesn't smell off-putting. It doesn't smell like an off flavor. It might just be like the what I was drinking before to this, even in the aromas. I'm like used to what I was drinking, So I'm just having to get used to like everything right now. I do get kind of a papaya though. I get kind of a sake feature in there, kind of a locker roomy sake kind of funk like fruit or something, like a tropical fart fruit. It's got like that. It's weird. I don't know what I'm getting. Grapefruit. I get pineapple, orange, but it's got that slight funky foo on the side. All right. So looking at it, just a hazy beer. We looked at it already, but we'll get further into it. Hazy beer, a straw-colored yellow beer for sure. A little more dense in the top, of course, in the bulbous area of the glass. But very nice. Looks smooth and silky, like it's gonna go down nice. Doesn't have a real big carbonation, more of a medium low. Cheers.
Cheerio.
Cheers, beer man.
Yeah,
Cheers.
very soft. Oh yeah, it's soft, soft, and it has that pale feature. There's that fucking word again. I keep using it. A feature. No, it has that pale thing though. It has like it has that light, like a dry off, like a bitter light dry off. Like you're not getting the full flavor like you would get like in a 6.8 plus 7 plus IPA. You're getting more of a lighter, kind of more drinkable approach to this. But it's really putting out a really nice tropical orange pith, orange navel pith of the pithiness of the peels. It's got that nice pithy thing. You're getting a little bit of grapefruit pith as well, and grapefruit citrus as well. The juice itself from that. More of a white grapefruit, more white. Yes. Papaya's definitely in there. It's earthy. It's green. It has that herbal kind of peppery green kind of thing going on. That bell pepper comes through in the flavor. Body is a medium light. It does have a chewable thing going on. I just got something. I got a marijuana taste. I got a very terpy cannabis kind of forward taste coming out of this. Boy, that tastes good. Candied grapefruit, candied orange is starting to pull through as it warms up in my hands and I'm drinking it. You start to get more things, more complexities. White bread, French bread. Smoky, terpy, very terpy. Fuck. Wow, man. When you clench down on the mouth, you really get a burst of cannabis. Like that just really, wow. That's really nice. I love cannabis. I like the flavor of it. I like the smell of it. So do my cats and dogs. No, I'm just kidding. But very nice. Smooth and creamy. Very drinkable. Very easy to drink. Very, very drinkable. All right, man. Let's get into the cheese, into these little pieces I tried to cut small, but didn't work. So this is, I just ate right into it, didn't I? Breakable cheese. It's very smoky. Wow. Creamy. It's breakable, though. It's smooth. It's oily looking. It's a white cheddar. Bacon. Umami. It comes out. Umami bacon. Bacon big time. Wow. Big time bacon. And they even say they put bacon in it. Beechwood smoked. Oh, it's good. It has a real nice subtle smokiness with a nice salty / tangy sweet kind of a mixture. It's very creamy. It's very easy to chew down. It's not all crunchy. It's not crystally, but it's very good. This would be very good, I think, on a grilled cheese, on a burger. Actually, on a burger with some jalapenos or some banana peppers or some kind of shit like that, and a mushroom, a nice mushroom and a pineapple or something on there. I always like to put pineapple and mushroom on my shit with a nice Gouda cheese layer over the top. This would be really good with that as well. That smokiness is very, very relaxed, but very punctual at the same time. Like, it's there. Boom. Very good. So let's go into the cheese. Cheese before beer.
Cheesers.
Very nice. So it's got a kind of a dry texture to it as you chew it, though. There is a dry kind of creamy texture. Yeah. All right, hold on. Oh, Jesus. That brought the marijuana out more. The smoky cheese brings out the marijuana more, dude. What's up with that? That's like perfect. No, that brought out a lot of cannabis terpenes in this beer. Oh, my God. Pineapple comes out. The papaya. A little guava. It brought out more tropicals. It brought out a little more citrus. It brought out the grapefruit, punchiness of grapefruit. Like you get past that bitterness in grapefruit and you get into the flavor of it. That's a very punchy and earthy kind of citrus. It's weird how it kind of, I don't know. I've always gotten that personally. It has that papaya guava kind of ness to it. But it can. All right, beer, man, this is a really terpy beer. Fuck, it's really good. Beer before cheese.
Cheezers.
Well, the cheese is so subtle that it's not overwhelming, so it doesn't really take over the beer so much, but it does a little bit when you do it that way. I'd rather have it cheese before beer because it adds the added thirst quench, from the beer, adding that watery feel down the throat, washes it down, or the cheese just kind of adds to the pastiness in your mouth and everything else. So you want to actually take a drink after you have the cheese. So cheese before beer is definitely it on this one, but a very dank beer, dank as in marijuana. Look at cannabis and drink this with some tropical fruits and you're good to go. This is a really good pale ale. Definitely not an IPA though. Definitely doesn't have that, but it's definitely a pale. So, all right, man. Let's get back to Bumpy here. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, first I'm going to address the chat. So we have Paul Minifru. He says, I've got to become more of a fruity guy. Some of these fruits I've never tasted: guava, papaya, stone fruits, etc. All right. So first off, yes, get yourself some guava, some pink guava, whatever. It's a pretty distinct note to pick it up. Get yourself some guava. Papaya is interesting as well. It's a bit like mango, so sometimes it can be confused with mango flavors, but it is just a bit earthier. It's known for having like a kind of dirty Foot Locker smell to it and stuff like that, and flavor. So kind of earthier, kind of sweaty sock type aromas and flavors mixed in with like a tropical fruit. Then you go into stone. If you go stone fruit, that's kind of a bit of a. I don't like just saying stone fruit because it goes nuts with stone fruit. Peaches are probably one of the most known stone fruits out there. So if you're going with peaches, as in you're just saying stone fruit, go with peaches. If it tastes like peaches to you, go with that because stone fruit also includes cherries, apricots, olives. I mean, you can just go on and on. It's basically anything that's going to have a giant pit to it. So, just go out there and start tasting different vegetables, fruits, whatever, and get acquainted with them. So there's that. That's my little ramble to the chat tonight. The beer from Prairie Artisanal, which is actually not from Prairie, it's from. This is what I hate about some brewing companies, because all their shit says Prairie on it. They're not Prairie, but it leads you to believe that this is Prairie is the name of the brew. It's Krebs. So from Krebs Brewing Company with their Prairie Artisan Ale, artisan, if you want to say it like that. The Prairie Noir Imperial, which they don't even put oatmeal, but this is an oatmeal Imperial Stout that is aged in oak whiskey barrels. From me, is going to get a 95 out of 100. I liked it. Good notes, good flavor notes out of it. 13.7% ABV. No alcohol notes detectable in the flavor, although it does have a warming sensation down the throat, an extreme warming sensation. Definitely hit you. You'll know it later on, especially if you try to drive home afterwards. So don't do it. Don't do it, people. Don't drink and drive.
Don't.
But yeah, it's got the chocolate notes I like. Did it get some milk chocolate? No, but it wasn't Baker's chocolate. I hate that when I drink a nice stout and it's like bitter Baker's chocolate, and that's the chocolate note they go for. No, this was that special dark. Like, I will open up. It's Easter time. You get a little basket of candies. get the Hershey's chocolates in there, whatever, mixed in with the Hershey's Kisses and all these other things. You know, you got these like, I don't know, dated Easter egg foil wrapped chocolates and stuff that are milk chocolate, but they're like chalky and old. Then you get those like special dark, Hershey's special dark, and they get that red line across the center. It says special dark.
Mm.
Those are some decent little chocolate chews, and that's what this beer brought. It brought the special dark. It's not a super sweet chocolate, but it's not so dark that it's Baker's chocolate bitter. It's got a slight sweetness to it. It's in that mid range. It's mild, not too sweet, not too bitter. That's what this beer brought. Along with it, it brought some of the oaty notes, some of the kind of raisin-esque sensation or plum to date like flavors. Not bad. 95 out of 100 for the beer. The cheese from Cabot with the wickedly habanero cheddar cheese. I will just start by saying this didn't taste like cheddar cheese, really, for the most part. There's a very slight bit of like, oh, yeah, there's a little bit of like this cheddarness to it, but it didn't really give you that big old cheddar bite. It didn't give you that funkiness that cheddar can bring. I couldn't tell you whether this was a mild, mid-range, like, or sharp or extra sharp cheddar. It did not remind me of cheddar cheese. It reminded me of buffalo chicken dip. It did a damn good job at mimicking buffalo chicken dip. So, I mean, I love buffalo chicken dip, but I mean, I'm going to eat that with tortilla chips, you know, dip the chips in and eat it. I love buffalo chicken dip. So it's good in that aspect. Also, I want to give kudos to Cabot for bringing the spice. They definitely did that with the habanero. They did not cheap out, you know, because you get some spicy, like you're like, oh, I want a spicy cheese. And you get something that's like dinky little, like, oh, here's a little pepper flake of something and something. You eat it and it's just like this like mild flavored cheese. And it tastes like butter with like a sprinkle of black pepper or something. It's like, this is really mild. It sucks. They brought the heat. So if you're looking for something that brings the heat, and if you really love buffalo chicken dip, this cheese is really good for you. But as far as eating it as a cheese, as a cheddar cheese, it didn't bring the cheddar along with it. It was missing out on the real cheese part of it for me. So I'm going to score it at a 91.
All right.
Out of 100, just because it was enjoyable and there was some special notes to it that were good. But oh yeah, and what they do say is that it did win the first place in the Scoville Awards, which Scoville units. So yeah, it won first place in that. So it does bring some heat to it. And it says chunks of fiery habanero bring spicy or serious heat to this luscious cheddar. And it really does bring some heat. So if you're in for some spicy kick, it's definitely something to go towards. As far as the pairing goes, it kind of worked. I would say cheese before beer works much better than eating the cheese after the beer with this pairing. This was not my choice pairing tonight, but it's what I had to go with, and it kind of worked. But I mean, if I was somebody putting up a cheese and beer pairing, I would not have matched. I wouldn't have put these two together.
All right.
But it wasn't disgusting. So
you'll have to buy that cheese again that your dogs ate.
Yeah, the Marco Polo. I'm definitely gonna have that cheese again. The dogs loved it apparently. So
well, cool, man.
Sadie's dead now.
Cheers. Cheers. Yeah. Hey, we're over an hour, but we'll do shout outs after. But
all right.
Yeah, it sounds great, man. Heck yeah, dude. I'm glad that worked out at least. All right. Who is that?
I mean, I just want to put some of my heart into the worm.
Is that Frank Zappa?
It's Coach Steve.
Oh,
Steve, I thought it was supposed to be Jammer Band.
oh. All right. Tanner, what you got, man? Cheers.
All right, so the derivative Galaxy. Unfortunately, I thought this was a pale ale because the Citra is a pale ale.
No problem.
And I thought all of them were single hop pale ales, but apparently they're just these single hop beers that they do. Yeah, it's good. I think as far as other flavor notes that I was getting on it, I was getting like a nice honey sweetness on the palate and the aroma. Like a little bit of a melon note as well. Yeah, melon. But this one is kind of like Beer Man's. It's very like green, earthy, papaya on the finish. Very orange, tangerine, grapefruit, citrusy up front. Leaves that hop resin on your tongue. Very bitter. So Cyclops scale. The sweetness, I kind of wish I had a little bit more sweetness, but it's like I said, it does have a little bit of that honey. So I'll give it like 2.5 out of 5. For hop cones, I'll give it like 4 out of 5 because it definitely has some decent bitterness to it. Rating for the beer overall, I kind of wish it was a little bit less bitter and dry and had a little bit more fruity notes to it and a little bit more tropical notes. Excuse me. So yeah, I'll still give it like a 92 out of 100. Definitely a great beer. Great mouthfeel to it. Carbonation's great. Yeah, I was impressed by this one, but it's definitely more on the earthy, green, dank, papaya flavor note. Very citrusy. Because usually I'm kind of used to Proclamation. They're very like tropical forward, New England juice bomb IPAs. And this one kind of threw me off a little bit, but it's still good beer. So like I said, 92 out of 100 for the beer. For the white Vermont cheddar, I like this cheese. I almost want to say it's a little too creamy for my palate. I kind of like, at first it was very balanced, but once you start eating the cheese more, the creaminess of the cheese kind of starts to take over. And I don't mind it. I ate like a little piece. I ate like about that much of the block. So it was definitely good. It worked well with the beer. It kind of cut through that dank earthiness, kind of brought out that papaya, kind of made the fruits more vibrant rather than earthy and floral. So yeah, the cheese did a great job with the pairing. But for the cheese itself, I'll give it like I'll say 89 out of 100. It does have, besides all the other flavor notes that I said about the cheese, it does have a nice salty finish. It's not overly salty, but the saltiness in the cheese is definitely a nice aftertaste with the cheese. Yeah, that nuttiness is pretty prominent. Creamy, nutty, not necessarily tangy. More creamy than dry, but still a little bit of a dry texture to it. Yeah, did I say 89? 89 for the cheese, 89 out of 100.
89.
So for the pairing itself, I'll meet halfway. I'll say 90 for the pairing. Definitely worked out well. Is it something that I would go crazy about and want to do again? I mean, I probably would do it again, maybe with a different beer, but it's not something that I'm gonna go out of my way to pair again. But it worked. It worked well. Like I said, it just kind of, the cheese for the most part just kind of cut down on that bitterness, made the fruits stand out a little bit more. Yeah, the saltiness kind of added to the fruity flavors. The papaya became a little bit more prominent. It was a little bit less fruity, a little bit more tropical. So I guess, yeah, like I said, it worked out pretty well. There was a decent difference. And as far as the beer before the cheese, I would definitely recommend it the other way because the beer is just very bitter. and it kind of makes the cheese more dry, and it's kind of hard to chew. But it's definitely a lot better making doing the cheese first and then washing it down with the beer. So yeah, 90 for the pairing, 92 for the beer, 89 for the cheese, and yeah, cheers, guys. Thanks for having me here, man. So.
Nice. Thank you, man. Cheers, bro. All right. Well, cool. Let's go to Beer Man here. All right, so we'll start with the cheese. Let's go cheese first. Frick, dude. Let's go with Josh.
All right.
Thank you. That wasn't my intention.
Are you good? I'm pretty forgettable.
No, you're not. Come on. Crazy man.
We'll start off with the I'll start off with the cheese first. The aged, I think it's a white cheddar. Probably, it's probably a white cheddar. It's good. It's got like a little nuttiness to it, a little creaminess to it, little oiliness, and very breakable, crumbly kind of cheese a little bit. Get a lot of those crystals in there, back end, but.
You did get crystals?
What's that?
You did get crystals?
A little bit of crystals on there. Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
That's good. Very creamy, nuttiness, a little bit of tinge on the back end. Good. Kind of melts in your mouth. Score wise, I give it a 93. I like it. I'd probably pick it up again. I'm not sure who it's by, that kind of thing, because I don't have the packaging anymore. But yeah, it's definitely good. And like I said, I like a lot of aged cheddars. I like cheddars, Goudas, all those kind of creamy type cheeses. Goat cheese too. Like I said, I'm not sure what type of milk what animal this came from. Is it cow milk? It's probably cow milk. But yeah, it's good. For the beer, the New Glory, the gummy worm chewy pale ale. This one's good. I like it. Never had anything from them. We don't get anything out of here. Like I said, this was a beer mail kind of thing. But yeah, it's nice tropical notes on this guy. Nice creaminess to it. Good mouthfeel. Flavors are pretty spot on. Like I said, it's got a little age on it, so I'm not sure how it would taste super fresh, but I'm sure it's probably still fantastic. But score wise for the gummy worms, I'll give it a 95. I really liked it.
Nice.
We got stuff from them around here. I'd probably pick up some other stuff by them, especially this. Definitely a crusher. Don't really drink too many pale ales. I mean, IPAs, which is the India Pale Ale, but as for pale ales in the style, definitely good pale ale. So if you see this beer around, I don't know how widely distributed they really are. I don't know if it's more of a West Coast kind of thing, but definitely pick it up, try it out. So 95 for this one. So 95 for the gummy worms. As for the pairing together, I think it went pretty well between the cheese and the beer. Nice creaminess between both of them. A little bit of that little tinge, a little of that bitterness from the beer and kind of the cheese too. I think they mashed pretty well. Definitely good pairing for sure. Definitely a winner. Yeah, so 93 for the cheese and 95 for the beer. Together, I'd probably give it a 92. I'll give it a 92. Kind of all together encompassing between the beer and the cheese. Definitely in the A range. So
nice.
Definitely good pairing between the two of them. So a little bit left of this guy. So, yeah, great pairing. Thanks, Beer Man, for having me.
Yeah, dude. All right.
Cheers to the chat. Cheers to the panel, and cheesers.
Cheers to you and Cheezers. Sorry for forgetting about you, man. I feel terrible, dude.
Oh, you're good, man. No worries.
I'm not that kind of guy, dude. I try not to be. But
No, you're good, man.
get caught up in my thoughts or something. I don't know. All right, man. No, that's a good score. Great score. It sounds like a great pouring, and pouring. Anyway, nice. Let's go here. All right, I'm blushing. What the fuck? All right. So the beer. Let's start with the beer. The beer was amazing. It was a really good pale ale. I really liked the overall body, mouthfeel, flavors, finish, drinkability, everything in it. It had that amazing burst of as it warmed, it got that marijuana cannabis kind of craziness in there. I really, really enjoyed that, as I love to use that drug. But I love the smell of it. I love the taste of cannabis, and everything came out right. White grapefruit, orange, pineapple. It had a bit of like a bell pepper, and even olives, a green olive, as Bumpy was saying. Like it did have kind of a olivey kind of thing. Now that you say that, but papaya, guava, white grapefruit, orange, pineapple, just a very nice entourage of fruits and other various flavors that really made this nice. Other terpenes, other aromas that played its part well with the flavors as well. And honestly, I know this isn't a pot place, but when you smoke weed, you want to have something that's nice and aromatic as well as flavorful. And the same goes with beer. You want to have something that's aromatic, flavorful, and has a good body, mouthfeel, everything. All the components work well, and that makes your perfect world-class beer for that style. And this is a really good example of that. So I'm going to give this a 95 out of 100. I'm going to stop at 95. There are so many other ones that are like this. The one that Josh had is an amazing pale ale. I need to revisit that. But this is definitely something I would send out in beer mail to people. Please, God, try this. If you can get these guys, man, Holy Mountain, Seattle, Washington, you'd be amazed at how many people can get certain things from certain areas. So if you can find it, try it and let me know. And hell yeah. The cheese was very nice and creamy and moist and not crystally, but just very breakable and easy to eat and easy to chew. Had a salty, sweet, tangy varietal of flavors there. Very nice. I thought it was just delicious. I can't stop eating it. There's one more chunk here, and I had to put the rest in my cooler. But I'm gonna give it a 96 out of 100. The pairing was absolutely awesome bomb. Cheese before beer, for sure. Beer before cheese wasn't so much. Cheese took over. But let's get into the cheese before beer. The cheese before beer brought on the marijuana, the cannabis aspect of it all. It brought on more of those guava, papayas, the pineapple, the grapefruit, all that nice grittiness, the tuna, smoky tuna fish, man. Smoky tuna fish. I forgot to mention that in the cheese. There's a smoky tuna fish in that. Like the grittiness without the mayonnaise. If you were just to take like the smoky tuna in your mouth and get that grit from it's just so good, man.
Yellow fin?
White fin tuna. Yellow. Is that white fin?
I don't know. I just know that like a lot of like steakhouses and stuff that do fish as well.
It would be more yellowfin. Yes, it would be more yellowfin.
More, but I don't know. It seems it's like a meteor tuna, I think.
Meteor premium tuna, yeah. The white, I always buy the white tuna in the can. It's more expensive and it's more stiff. Where the other shit's like all like pink and gross and like just gives you diarrhea and makes you feel like shit. But the white tuna is fucking good. But yeah, no, it did. It gave that a smoky tuna fish kind of grittiness without the mayo, the bell pepper, the olives. It was just so nice. And then with that beer, it just enhanced it. And with that said, it's just it was a great mixture. A great mixture. I'm gonna give this like 100 on just like a goat cheese to a sour, a fruited sour. In my opinion, or honey goat cheese to this is phenomenal, man. It was so you want something thirst quenching when you're eating this cheese, or any sharp cheddar or something that's gonna kind of. This isn't really sharp. This is more medium. But it's got that, that thing that absorbs the mouth and you want something to drink it down. It's perfect. That or a lager, a German lager, or something like that. German Pilsner would be nice. A Helles, you name it, man. Fuck. But yeah, very nice. Very nice. 100, man. Try it if you can get the cheese I said and this beer or something similar. There you go. All right, so let's get back up to the main panel. Let's get some shout outs going. We got Bumpy. This is the first time it actually went wrong on me. What the hell? We're good now. All right, Bumpy, it's all up to you to shout them out. Shout yourself out.
So
All that shit.
I'd have to say, well, first off, going back to the panel, to the chat. Paul was glad that it tasted better than NyQuil, and Josh, he likes to use honey NyQuil. Paul thought that was funny. He kind of laughed.
Good one.
I don't use NyQuil at all. I just rely on going to sleep with self-pity and no hope for tomorrow.
And alcohol.
It usually helps put me to
And
sleep.
mead.
It's almost like having a little song thing playing.
A lullaby.
A lullaby. The horror movies. You always see them in the horror movies. The music. Anyways, beyond that, shout outs. It's the sunnier side of Bumpy Road coming up this week on my 50-point inspections. I am outside.
Awesome.
Both videos that you see, both Wednesday and Friday, I am outside doing a nice 50-point inspection. So pardon the extra wind noise because it's just turned spring. So I basically live in a wind tunnel. That's what it seems like. So it's like so windy here all the time. So you may have some extra wind noise. I'm sorry, I can't avoid the wind. There's no way of taking the wind out of the sound from what I recorded. But those videos are up for Wednesday and Friday. So enjoy them anyways. Outside's always fun. I like stuff outside. I feel happier. I don't know. Maybe it's like getting that vitamin D from the sun or something.
Yeah.
I feel happier.
Well, sometimes
it may reflect in my actual reviewing of a beer.
Yeah. Sometimes I like doing whiskey reviews outside, like in the cooler weather, because then it just kind of gives it that natural chill.
Yeah. Rather
than putting like ice cubes in it. Also, if it's like 40, 50, your beer stays kind of cold,
Yeah.
Doesn't warm up too much.
One thing I will say though about being outside is you do have the sun. So tomorrow, that video, I do talk about beers that are hoppy that get light struck. So look forward to that. Monday, I have a live stream that I put on. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time on my channel, Bumpy Road Brewery. It's called New Brew. To join up a panel, just bring a beer that you've never had before. It doesn't matter if it's old, if other people have had it. If you've never had it, you can bring it. Chat. You guys are awesome and always welcome. And I just asked both panel and chat, hey, if you have questions, to bring. If you want the, because that's part of the show is I try to ask at least one question, if not two, of the panel, a show. Yeah, bring a kind of beer related question of some sort, and if it's deemed appropriate, we can ask the panel. So if you're in the chat, your actual question may become part of the show. So Tommy Carroll, appreciate you. You have brought some questions, and they've been used, and I appreciate that. And also the guy below me right now, East Coast LQ Reviews, Tanner. He's also had some questions. So if you're on the panel, and you have a question, you actually get brought up to ask the question, in which you're now in last place, so you don't have to answer your own question until everybody else goes. So it's like, I don't know, like game show style, but it's cool. Just bring a fresh beer.
I have a good time.
Hopefully Bearman's back, but we'll pass this on to Tanner, East Coast LQ Reviews, to shout out and say whatever.
All right, so I will say, if you go on the website, this does say single hop pale ale, and then the picture they're showing, it says single hop pale ale. So they must have just recently changed this to single hop IPA. Because like I said, if you go on the website, it shows there's no India. It's just single hop pale ale. And also Beer Advocate calls it a pale ale. So pale ale American. I don't know why they're changing it. I don't think they changed anything to the recipe. But now they're calling it an IPA, not a pale ale. It's kind of weird. But I don't know. But yeah, so for shout outs for me.
They're calling it a pale ale. Sorry, I cut. My brain was farting.
Yeah, it's basically registered as a pale ale.
Oh, okay.
But on the can itself, it's calling it an IPA.
Yeah,
it's on the very thin line of it. Yeah,
they just changed the label recently.
What's the percentage on that again?
Which you'd be happy with if you had insurance on it, because
yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, because if you think of like a car, like
Insurance on
right,
your beer.
so you have like a typical car, right? It puts out all the same like aspects, everything. But as soon as you put sports car,
yeah.
boom,
Oh,
your insurance, sports car.
Historic or sport? What was the percentage on that again?
6%.
Oh, so yeah, that's definitely. I
Pale
would consider that a pale, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
a higher edge, yeah.
Yeah, if it was an IPA, that'd be a low ABV. Yeah, so far as shout outs, live streams for me, Thursday, I'm going to be doing Cigar City Brewing. Bring a Cigar City beer. It doesn't have to be a new beer. It could be something you've had before. Just come on the panel, rate the beer, rate the brewery with me. We'll pull up the website, and everybody will rate the brewery, and then we'll average out everyone's ratings. And that'll be average out everyone's ratings for the brewery. That'll be the rating for the show. And then rate that beer Saturday. So that's Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then rate that beer Saturday, 8 p.m. Just bring any beer you want to come on and just review on the panel. Live beer community, open panel, beer reviews. So, and then besides that, look out for my my reviews. I don't really have specific days that I drop them. I just kind of whenever I feel like editing them and putting them up on my channel. I try to do like every 2 or 3 days. I try not to do every other day or every day, because I don't want to be jamming up people's notifications. And
I'm looking forward to some of those Burlington Beer Company.
Oh yeah, I still have the ones you gave me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I still have them in my closet.
There you go.
Yeah, look out for those. I do have the one by Kettlehead that you gave me. I have that recorded. I just need to upload it. Forgot what it was called.
I did too.
Yeah. I can find it. But yeah, so besides my stuff, go check out not tomorrow, because I believe he has band practice for Wild Card Wednesday with Thomas Mel 75 Massachusetts Beer Reviews. Normally he does Wild Card Wednesday 7:30 p.m., but Alex is going to be doing it. So Alex the Beer Master on his channel, Wild Card Wednesday 7:30 p.m. And then also check out Food Friday with Alex. It is
Chicken nuggets.
chicken nuggets and beer, right?
Yes, always. Well, except for last week, but
Yeah.
usually beer.
Yep.
But yeah, go check those guys out. And thanks for having me, Beer Man. And cheers to the
You're
chat.
welcome, man. Thanks for being here,
Chicken
man.
nuggets and heroin.
There you go. Oh, those do look good, dude. Damn.
All chicken, there's no preservatives added.
Damn, that's nice.
What's the fun in that?
Bring your chicken nuggets and
They only
Everclear.
raised until he killed them.
Until they kill him, man. All right.
Dream shift.
A little Rage Against the Machine for you. Yeah, no, well, cool, man. Thanks, Tanner.
Dream shift is the name of the beer, Bumpy.
Oh, Dream Shift. Yeah, that's good.
Dream Shift.
Actually, that's the beer I have coming out tomorrow. Are you putting that out?
Oh, really?
tomorrow?
Oh,
Yeah, I will put it out tomorrow.
that's
Don't worry, we're dropping them at the same time.
Sweet.
awesome. All right, so Josh.
Here.
Oh,
All right. Shout outs from me. I didn't do it last Sunday because I was under the weather, but beer bowl discussions every Sunday night. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel, Last Beer. Talk about craft beer news, different styles, all that kind of fun nerd out type of shit.
Will Smith.
Slap fests.
We got some good ones. I missed some good big heavy hitters from craft beer news. Stone is in that realm from last
Take
week.
it out of your motherfucking mouth.
Stone and Miller Coors, they settled their beef, so you won't be looking for Keystone. It'll be Keystone again now. I'll bring that out.
Well, good.
I guess they won that settlement because you know how the whole Keystone thing, they had just had Stone across the label, and Stone took them to court and won the battle against Miller Coors, and now they can't say Stone, they gotta say Keystone again. So
What sucks is it's such a general word for Stone to make themselves Stone. It's like, goddamn, when did you get that? Back in like 1999 when internet was popular all of a sudden?
yeah, they're just
What I
douche.
find
That
funny
dude's
is
such a
about that-
douche. He's such an asshole.
Yeah, he's not very
Who
nice.
picks
Yeah.
up a can, right? Who picks up a can, looks at the front of it, and goes, "Okay, you know
They took our idea.
turn it around. Turn the thing around. You're not just gonna look at it and be like, oh wow, this is a new Stone beer."
Well, I
Yeah.
know that if I pick up a beer and it has a gargoyle on it, I put it down immediately.
Well, I think that's why they were, now they have the labels like up, and when you get like a Stone IPA, it's like flipped upside down or whatever, something like that.
Yeah,
But,
you never leave a stone unturned.
yeah,
Yeah, don't do
That way
that.
it looks like a butterfly.
like whatever.
The way the gargoyle looks like a butterfly, and you're more likely to buy it.
Don't you have better things to do than go out? I mean, I think they're going after like small breweries that had Stone in the name. I think like they're going after like Stone Face and shit like that. And
Yeah.
small.
It's
Anything
like,
like that.
it's like how about you stop worrying about everybody else,
And put out some
and
beer.
concentrate on brewing good beer yourself.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Past time, like, hey, we can't really make great beer, so let's just go pick on everybody else.
Let's just go pick on everybody. Yeah, it's 56 million. I think
Go
they
make
got
money
out
on
of that.
lawsuit.
And it has degraded in flavor too. I mean, they're
Oh
not
yeah,
that
Stone used to
great.
be
Well, that was the thing.
back
Was
in the day.
Mitch Green was it Green? Steele. Mitch Steele
Still,
was their head brewer. He's the guy that wrote the book called IPA, the book on IPAs. He left the company like back in 2015, 2016, something like that. He opened up his own brewery over in Georgia, Virginia area, and ever since then their IPAs have definitely gone downhill.
right?
Yeah, I got Stone in
Shit.
Richmond. It's a massive massive facility. But I mean, their beers are okay. I mean, they're not what they used to be back in the day. You know, I mean, I went there sometime last year for somebody had like a birthday or something like that, and they're like, "Oh, let's go to Stone." And I was like, "Why don't we just go to Triple Crossing, which is
Yes,
right across the street?"
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I got like some sort of like lime, whatever that lime is, like 4.6, something like that. Some sort of lime beer or something like that, lime IPA or something. It was all right. But anyways, yeah, beer bowl discussions Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel. Philly Crooker 87 is my Instagram. Where I post my beers that I'm drinking on. Yeah, I need to do another beer review. I mean, I pay for StreamYard, so I mean, might as well use it. But yeah, check out maybe a beer review here in the near future, not a live beer review. Other than that, I think everyone kind of shouted out. So
Oh, that was a fart. That's like an electric fart from the internet.
anyone shout out Stout Sunday with John and Ellie. Stout Sunday, John and Ellie, 10:30 a.m.
I got a picture of him. Hold on.
10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time
Oh no!
on Sunday.
You didn't see that, did you? I pressed the
did.
wrong button, dude.
I did. There you go. There he is. There's the old John and Ellie. Georgia beer
Nice,
reviews,
dude.
even though he's not in Georgia anymore. But yeah, check out John and Ellie. Get your stouts and porters on early in the morning. Bangin' Beer podcast. They do their shows Sundays. They just did a Dancing Gnome little review thing on their channel last Sunday. I think it's about 1 o'clock on Sundays, Eastern Standard Time in the afternoon. They do good stuff. All those dudes are super cool. The week before that, they did the Puhala, which is like I think they're from like somewhere where I've had one of their stouts from Puhala. I think it's Puhala or something like that. Pujala.
I know. Yeah, they're from Norway or something like that, or Sweden.
Yeah, it starts with a U. Not
Pujala,
Europe.
yeah.
Yeah, they do crazy shit. I had one of their stouts. The bottle shop I used to go to, they just got a bunch of like barrel aged barley wines from them and a bunch of stouts. I need to pick some of their stuff up. But yeah, check out Bangin' Beer podcast. Booze League, like I said, the one that gave this beer to me. They do like podcasts. They're out on the West Coast. They do their beer talk usually every Tuesdays. Sometimes it
Pujala.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
That's how they say it. Yeah.
yeah.
John and Ellie.
There's John and Ellie. Other than that, I think everyone. Miscellaneous brew reviews. He does his Thursday night sessions. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Brings a couple,
So used to him being here.
3 or 4 beers. Goes through them, gives his ratings, that kind of stuff, and yeah. I think everyone else kind of shouted everything else that needed to be shouted out. And cheers to you, Beer Man. Cheers to the chat. Cheers to the panel. And appreciate all of you.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Cheers, man.
Appreciate you.
All right. Well, cool, man. All right. So you guys probably saw that. Fucking fucked up. But here you go. Check it.
Lasagna.
Pick one. And
Oh,
pair
God.
with any cheese.
Hold on, wait. I gotta take a picture of it.
Yeah, take a picture of that son of a bitch. And you're not a son of a bitch. That son of a bitch.
Well, I'm not gonna take a picture of myself.
No.
All right, hold on.
So Saison, Vienna Lager, Schwarzbier, Goose, Kolsch, or a double New England IPA. I try to put things in there that everyone can get. But if you can get some of the ones that are more rare, bring them to the table and pair it with any cheese.
Was Kolsch? Kolsch was in there, right?
Kolsch was in there.
All right,
Yeah,
so
let me
I
show.
got some new Kolsch's. I might try to find a cheese to pair with a Kolsch.
Nice.
The Goose.
I
might
haven't
get
seen
some
any
like
Schwartz
3
beers or anything. So yeah, I'm just looking at my thing back here, my chart, and I'm kind of just picking them out, picking stuff that everyone can get, at least a couple of them, and then the rest is up to you. So
Gooses.
yeah,
I've never
Gooses
heard
are
of
pretty
I've
easy.
never heard of a double New England IPA though.
I think
A-
I might go on a tear this weekend.
Like seriously, no, they call them double IPAs. They don't call them double New England.
Do they really?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
seriously.
I might spend some
Well,
money this weekend on some 3.
However, it's looked at a double IPA,
Basically, we have a double IPA that's hazy as shit.
a hazy double. There you go.
Yeah.
A 7.5 and up to 10% hazy IPA. There you go. Is that right? Yeah. About right. Anyway. But yeah, so that's that for 8 o'clock Eastern next week, beer and cheese. Wednesday tomorrow is a Bob Ross theme. Hopefully we'll get Paul in there, Paul Middlefrew. You'll come up with some beers, right? A beer that represents pine tree. He loves trees. He likes tree art. That is awesome. See that? Look at that shit. That's perfect. That's what he liked to draw too, man. Or paint. So that's perfect, man. I got to look around tomorrow for one. I have one, but I'm not too happy with it. So we'll see what we can find. But
what about something like this beer, man?
I'm okay with that. It's got a nice artsy looking. Honestly, an artsy looking label is good by me. Something that someone would paint or put on a can from a painting. That's good. He did like pine tree, or not pine. He liked trees. He was a big tree guy. I was doing a lot of history reading on this guy. I don't even want to get into it because I can't remember. But
his son was a painter too, I think.
He was in the military too. He was in the Marines, I think, or the Army.
Wasn't he a serial killer too?
Yeah, he killed a lot of hookers.
Really?
How do you think he got his red colored paint?
And he liked little boys.
Oh boy!
Wow. That would be Mr. Rogers. No, but
R.I.P.
Rogers is cool.
Mr. Rogers, kidding. Man, I like Mr. Rogers.
That's my
he was funny as shit.
And
too,
puppets.
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. But 6 o'clock Eastern for that tomorrow. Be there for that. I will have to search for one better, I think. I don't like what I have. But yeah, and then everything else, man. Just look out for Beer Man stuff. Post all the time. I've been trying to schedule stuff more, and the brewery's coming along. It really is actually coming along. We're gonna be very done.
Yeah. We've seen pictures that looks awesome, Beer Man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, no, it really is coming along. So
much better than the sex dungeon.
It's no sex dungeon here.
Sex dungeons. You should be like satanic. You should be like satanic.
He specializes in barley wines.
Satanic barley wines.
Well, guys, hey man, satanic barley wines. A little heat on the end of that too.
Yeah.
A little fire crotch.
Tip of the devil.
Tip of the devil. So yeah, man. Hey, thanks, panel. You guys rock, man. As always, Bumpy Road Brewery, East Coast LQ Reviews, and Last Beer with Josh here, and Beer Man, and miscellaneous miscellaneous reviews.
Badass.
We missed you, and we'll see you next week, hopefully. So cheers to everyone, and let's go ahead and get this. Cheers to the chat, man. You guys are what make it as well. Kind of a slow one tonight, but we loved who we had, and thank you all for being there.
Most of the
Hell
cheese.
yeah. Sadie, what's up, Sadie? How you feeling down there in the gut?
Yeah, you know my cheese.
Oh my god! All right, so let's get this over with. Main outro. Yep. Yeah. You guys have a good night, day, wherever you're from in this beautiful world. But not after one more sip. Cheers.
Oh shit.
That's all right. Fake it. Fake it.
Appreciate you.